But those kind of categories will regardless sell. People need their bread. People need their groceries, basically. People need their shampoo. Girls always need their makeup. They don't care if the world's on fire. They want to look good while they're burning, you know. Babies always need their baby food. They need their diapers. They need, you know, so think of things like that. If you're constantly a person who is selling $300 pair of LeBrons, good for you. I used to do that too, but then I realized, like, hey, these are things people are going to reorder every single day. These are things that people are going to order every month and not think about it. People need their dog food. They're going to order that. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Found out an interesting fact that 85% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel. So, if you could go ahead and hit that red subscribe button, I would greatly appreciate it, and smash that like button while you're at it. It greatly helps out the algorithm. If it's your first time here, welcome. We're talking about reselling tips on this channel, entrepreneur tips, bunch of different stuff basically. We haven't really found our groove yet. We're working on it. So welcome in. In this video, as you can see, we are talking about what we will call the Modelo disease, just so YouTube doesn't flag this video and take it down, but I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. The world's going crazy right now, a bunch of crazy stuff going on, especially in the e-commerce space, the Amazon space specifically. Recently, as of early this morning, March 17th, Amazon has suspended FBA shipments that do not fall within certain categories. So what Amazon did is prioritize certain categories that they think are most important for customers to be able to get right now. So if your products do not fall within those categories, you can't send things into Amazon until April 5th as of now. They may extend it, it may only be April 5th. They could even shorten it to where it might not be all the way to April 5th. But as of now, unless your products fall within the grocery category, the health and beauty category, the baby category, medical or industrial / scientific category, you cannot send shipments to Amazon currently. So if you're sending things like clothes, you know, Nike shoes, hats, toys, sporting goods, electronics, anything that doesn't fall within those 5 or 6 categories, you can't send it in right now. So I want to make a quick video covering exactly, you know, what some recommendations I may have or some advice I've given out to some people through this kind of weird time we're in right now. So what you can do is you can change your products to what's called FBM, or Fulfilled by Merchant. So basically what that means is, instead of sending your products to Amazon to then be sent to the customer, you're shipping directly to the customer, just as you would if you were selling on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari. You sell your products directly to the customer. When they buy it, you ship it to them. So a couple things with FBM products, right? So there's some advantages, some opportunities you can take advantage of right now with this happening. So since those products are going to be harder to get a hold of, right? Since Amazon is suspending shipments for those categories, now the demand's going to go up, right? Because the supply, you know, supply is lower, demand goes up, right? So if you can go to your stores, which I know a lot of them are closed right now if you're doing RA, like Nike, Under Armour, a lot of other stores of that nature are closing their stores right now to help, you know, combat the disease. But if you can find those products in those categories, the demand is going to be really high, so now the price is going to go up, right? So if you can find like a Nike hat or a shirt or shoes and you can FBM them, there's going to be a lot more demand because Amazon stock supply is going to be low. So you can make more money right now in those categories. You know, DVDs, electronics, pet supplies is another one that you can currently send in shipments for. I forgot to mention that as well. But you know, you can make more money in those categories if you can find those products, basically what I'm getting at. Second thing you can do is obviously buy products that are in those approved categories in grocery, pet supplies, health and beauty, baby, medical, industrial, scientific. If you don't currently purchase in those categories, maybe it's time to kind of jump into those, you know, go to your grocery store, go to a Walmart. If you do OA, you know, jump online, go to Walmart, Target, whatever other online sites that you typically buy products from, or maybe not, and now you're able to find products in those categories. You kind of learn more products you might be able to sell in the future, and it's a way to make money now, you know. So if you're mainly a bookseller, it's not the end all be all. Of course, it's going to hurt your business. You're going to have to learn and adapt quickly, because who knows how long this might last for. It may only be to April 5th, it may be to May 5th, June 5th, July 5th, we don't know. You know, in this Amazon game, we are at the mercy of Amazon. So they kind of decide, hey, you can send us these products, you can't send us these products for this long or for this long. We don't know. So it's never a bad idea to adapt a little bit, learn a different category that you don't normally sell in, because, or you can just sit there and say, oh shoot, you know, sucks to be me, I can't sell on Amazon right now. No, if you want to make it in this game, you have to adapt and learn quickly. So switch your books, if whatever you're selling, to FBM right away. That's the first thing I would do. And then go out and start finding products you can send into Amazon, because the categories that we're approved to send products in for is what customers want the most right now. Grocery, you know, cleaning supplies, medical supplies, you know, protective supplies, baby supplies, pet supplies. All the things that grocery stores are running out of right now are things that people are looking online for the most. So of course, if you can find those types of products in those categories, send them to Amazon, you're going to make a lot of money right now. Second, third, whatever one we're on here, if you're currently selling products within those categories, now's the time to double down, man. Like for me right now, a lot of my distributors I order from have a lot of those products available. I naturally have always, for the last year or so, sold 90% of our business at least is in the grocery, health and beauty categories. So luckily for us, it's not a huge problem right now. I mean, there are, you know, products and SKUs that we sell outside of those categories, which is kind of a headache because now I have to switch those FBM or kind of just hold out and see what happens. But luckily, you know, a lot of my suppliers, you know, I normally sell household name products that you would find in your shower, under the kitchen sink, in your pantry. So a lot of my suppliers right now have those things. So now it's time to double down, because what I normally have as a month or 45 or 60-day supply, that got wiped out in about 2-3 days as soon as this Modelo disease kind of took off. So now is the time for me even, you know, to go and order way as much product as I can get my hands on right now, because it's going to fly off the shelf. Just as, you know, Amazon Lit, if you don't follow them, check them out. Two guys crushing close to 20-30 million a year on Amazon. But he mentioned, Eric on their story today, mentioned that they on average send about one truckload, which is about 20-26 pallets, something like that, per week. And right now they're sending out 4 truckloads like this week alone, you know, and they're in the same boat. They sell a lot of similar products like that, and now's the time to double, triple, quadruple down on it. So next one would be, you can stockpile basically the unsellable categories right now, and then you can send them in once it's reopened, because obviously, like I said before, supply and demand. As soon as you're able to send in those products, there's going to be a lot of customers realize they can buy, you know, shop normally as they would on Amazon. They can get their, you know, Nike shoes, normal 2-day prime. So now there's going to be a bunch of demand. So you can send your stuff in. You can keep buying right now, kind of just hold it, send it in. It's probably going to sell for a little more, especially if you're one of the first people to get yours in. Next piece of advice here is, don't be a person who's price gouge. I'm a little late on this because I know it's been happening over the past 2 or 3 weeks, where there's been a lot of people getting suspended, a lot of people on like a temporary hold where they have to submit a POA, which is a plan of action, to Amazon, where basically Amazon says, hey, you did this wrong, how are you going to fix it and make sure you don't do it in the future? You know, otherwise we're going to suspend you or ban your account permanently. So there's been a lot of people hopping on the hand sanitizer trend, you know, cleaning wipes, all that stuff, which, do what you want. You know, I didn't jump in that. There was plenty of supply around here. My morals and my conscience, I don't want to be there taking products away from people who really need them and then charge them an asinine price for them. But by all means, you know, go get your money. During Q4, I charged crazy prices for a copy of Madden. 2 days before Christmas, someone might buy one from me for $180. You know, so it's just like, this is in a time of really need. So I naturally already sell a lot of those products. So of course, I would say double your price, but I wouldn't recommend going higher than that. If you're normally selling a 3-pack of cleaning wipes for $15, bump it up to $30. You know, because obviously, of course, you want to hop on the trend. Why wouldn't you? And also too, a lot of my distributors and other people's suppliers, they're raising their prices. You know, I had a supplier reach out to me today, which I'll flash the email right here. That he got in like 21,000 units of the mask, right? And he's charging $1.50 per mask. That's a wholesale price. Normally this guy has great deals all the time. You know, normally those masks might be 30 cents. But of course the suppliers are hopping on the trend. They're jacking their prices up because they see there's a lot of demand for it. So I can't hate on someone for how they run their business. I'm just saying, I get it, because in the eyes of Amazon, they don't want to get in trouble for price gouging. But you look at Amazon, they've got crazy listings themselves. They're selling products they're selling. They had it was a 6-pack of Lysol cleaning wipes. Amazon had it listed at like $150, so shipped and sold by Amazon. You know, they have toilet paper up there for $600. I saw them with a 4-pack of what's the brand called? Bounty paper towel. They were selling it for like $85. You know, but then if Amazon third-party sellers do that, you're gonna get suspended. Your listing's gonna get taken down. You won't be able to list things in those categories or list within that same product lines, right? So it's very very rough waters right now. So tread lightly if you're gonna be diving into those kind of hot products at this time. You know, so I would say don't price gouge. Don't try to sell 2 bottles of hand sanitizer for $100. Or if you're gonna do it, don't do it on Amazon. You know, you can't do it on eBay either. All these platforms are taking them down. So, yes, I get it. You know, you want to make money. It's we live in the greatest country in the world. It's an open economy, a fair market. But there's been people like this dude who had like 18,000 bottles of hand sanitizer. The attorney general came in because he was bragging about it online in his garage. He had got suspended off Amazon and eBay. He couldn't sell them anywhere. The attorney general for the state, I believe it was Tennessee, came in and they're going to seize all of it and say, hey, like, which I don't really understand how that works. Because again, free country, it's my product, I'm going to do what I want with it. But I get it, it's a time of need. You know, there's hospitals and medical professionals that actually need these masks, you know, construction workers, things like that. Need these masks, need the sanitizer to help other people who are sick. So I get it, you know, they need the product and this guy's out here trying to sell it for a crazy stupid amount. So the Attorney General came in and said, hey, we're going to seize this. And the guy ended up having to donate all of it, you know, lost all his money. So don't be that guy. That's enough on that topic. Next couple things you could do is do a little bit of research, right? Take this time, whether you're in college, you know, you're in high school, you're home from school. Pretty much every school I think in the country is suspended, you know, for at least the next 2-3 weeks or month. There's a lot of schools now that have just said like, hey, the rest of the school season is over with. You know, we'll pick up back again in the fall. You might be doing online classes. Maybe you work your normal 9 to 5, your career. There's a lot of companies that are not forcing, but telling their employees that, hey, like, work from home, you know, if you can. So basically, you're gonna have extra time on your hands, right? Here's some things I would recommend doing. Take this time to do more product research. You know, if you, like I said, if you normally sell in one category or this category, take the time to learn the grocery category. Take the time to learn the beauty category, because those are great categories to sell year round. You know, it's always, that's why I've always loved those categories and really leaned towards them, because regardless kind of what the economy is doing, which we're seeing right now, we're in like one of the greatest economic declines based on the stock market that we've ever seen before. So who knows? I don't know much about economics, that kind of stuff. I follow like business news and the stock market and all that kind of thing. But who knows how long it's going to last? Who knows how far it's going to go? How far down it's going to go? So, but those kind of categories will regardless sell. People need their bread. People need their groceries, basically. People need their shampoo. Girls always need their makeup. They don't care if the world's on fire. They want to look good while they're burning. You know, babies always need their baby food. They need their diapers. They need, you know, so think of things like that. If you're constantly a person who is selling $300 pair of LeBrons, good for you. I used to do that too, but then I realized like, hey, these are things people are going to reorder every single day. These are things that people are going to order every month and not think about it. People need their dog food. They're going to order that. If you can find dog food at a great price, I would highly recommend buying that and selling that, because people are going to buy dog food without thinking about it. Before, during this crazy time, they're like, do I really need this, you know, $150 pair of LeBrons? Do I really need these right now, or does Fido need his normal dog food that he eats every time? They're just going to buy the dog food. They're not going to think twice about it, you know, before they really think if they need that pair of LeBrons or not. So I would highly recommend learning some of those other products and categories is something you can do right now. Another thing you can do is take the time to do the stupid little annoying task in your business that we all hate doing, right? These can be things such as repricing. I know myself, I'm always behind on setting up new items on my repricer when I add new SKUs. Going through and making sure like when my repricer hits the minimum price, if I want to match it to whatever it is below the minimum price, making sure I don't have my minimum price too low, too high, that sort of thing. Can make a huge, huge difference in your business. This past weekend, I spent probably 3 hours at least going through my repricer, adding new SKUs to it, cleaning up things that, you know, the price was too low or too high. And the next day, I did like an extra $1,500 in sales that I had been trending the last week just because I went through and took the time to do that. So definitely worth it. Another thing you do is clean up your inventory. I myself have had tons and tons of SKUs in my FBA inventory at Amazon that have been sitting there for 6 months, a year and a half, 2 years that haven't sold. You're paying storage fees on those every single month, in case you didn't know that. I knew that, but I just didn't really comprehend it, and I was like, wow, I'm throwing a lot of money away. So that's a huge thing you can do, or just cleaning up inventory in your warehouse, processing your Amazon returns. I know a lot of other sellers who have a huge death pile, whatever you want to call it. I have 3 racks out there in the warehouse that are just from floor to the top of the rack full of returns, you know. Now's a great time to go through those. See if you want to, if they just need to be donated, they can be sent back into Amazon. You want to list them FBM, because maybe they became a hazmat product, but now they're not. List them on eBay, other third-party marketplaces, sell them at a garage sale, warehouse sale, whatever. Great time to do that. Another thing is fix your stranded inventory on Amazon. In case you didn't know, go to your Manage FBA Inventory. There's a little section that says Fix Stranded Inventory. You may have 60 SKUs in there. The first time I ever learned about it and checked it, I had over 100 SKUs in there that were stranded. Been sitting there with some SKUs had 30 units, some had 50 units. They were sitting there for whatever reason. There was a mistake on the listing that someone changed it. It became hazmat. My price was too high. The SKU got deleted somehow. A bunch of different stuff, right? But there's money sitting there, especially if you run a business to where you're doing a solid amount of sales or you just have a lot of SKUs. Those things tend to happen a lot and you don't realize it. You can evaluate the products you're currently ordering. FBA fees change just about every single month. So a product that you thought you've been making $3.50 on, you may be making $2.75 now, because the previous month Amazon had a discount on FBA fees in the grocery category. Now this month it's back to normal, so now you're making less money. So maybe you don't need to be ordering that product anymore, or maybe you don't need to be ordering as much of it. So that's the thing you can do, is check, you know, the velocity of your current SKUs you're selling, and making sure that they're selling as you think they are for the right price and the right frequency, the right velocity. Another thing you do is order supplies, right? So if you need stock up on poly bags, your bubble bags, your labels, your boxes, whatever it is. I know I'm always usually behind on that stuff. I've kind of got a little system going as of recently where we kind of check our supplies inventory level every week, and then we make sure that, hey, we've only got 300 poly bags left of this size. I can say, cool, I know I just ordered a bunch of stuff that's going to require that size. Let me order another 1,000, another 5,000 of them. So it's just something you can get ahead of, you know, especially once Amazon reopens all these other categories. Boom, you'll be ahead of the game. You're not running behind. You can really take advantage of when those categories open back up. And whatever other annoying tasks you may be, you know, of course I'm talking about Amazon. That's been my 90% of my world the last 2-3 years. So on eBay, you know, you may need to refresh your listings. Maybe you need to take better pictures, adjust your keywords, different things like that. So just take this time. You know, it's really easy to get depressed right now. It's really easy to get frustrated with your business because, you know, dang, I can't sell anything. I can't send in the things I want to send in. No, you know, there's always opportunity when these kind of things happen. Another thing you do is take the time to learn a different business model, right? So maybe you're always have been a private label seller, especially if you're in private label right now. I feel bad for you because most people's private label products are not in those approved categories right now. They're usually in electronics or home and kitchen or things like that. So, you know, now may be a great time to maybe learn the wholesale game. Maybe learn the RA, OA game, you know, because now when these things happen, it's another business model you can add into your business, right? You're not just solely a private label seller. Now you understand wholesale and you can start filtering that in. And now it sets you up for, in the future, maybe this happens again, it's going to hurt, but it's not going to hurt as much because your whole business isn't on hold. You still have all these wholesale products you're selling. So it's a great way to kind of diversify your current business model a little bit. And speaking of diversifying, now may be a great time to learn about a different business that's outside of Amazon. You know, maybe you want to start a Shopify dropshipping store. Maybe you want to start your own website where you sell your products on outside of Amazon. Maybe you want to start a service-based business. Maybe you want to start a marketing agency. I'm not talking to you, Siri. Chill out. There's a lot of different things you can do right now. There's a lot of other, you know, opportunities outside of Amazon. Yes, e-commerce is one of the greatest businesses to be in right now, especially since, you know, so many customers in retail stores right now can't get the products they need, so they're going to turn to online. online companies. They're going to turn to Amazon. They're going to turn to people's individual websites to get their products because they're not available in their normal stores, and who knows how long it's going to last. And also, you know, e-commerce is only the way of the future. It's only going to continue to grow and grow. So there's no better time than the present to get involved with it. So this is really a great time to take advantage of that downtime you may have. You know, take advantage of this opportunity where you may not be able to do your business as normal. It's okay, cool. I can go learn about a different business. I can go learn about a different Amazon model. I can go learn about a different product or a different category, or, you know, ways I can improve my business, right? So don't be discouraged. You know, there is always that light at the end of the tunnel. You know, I'm a big believer everything happens for a reason. Who knows what the reason for this is? Maybe it's also we can learn a lot more about our business and realize that, hey, you know, we really kind of are at the mercy of Amazon here. Maybe it's time we think about diversifying a little bit onto other platforms. Maybe it's time we think about, you know, looking at some of these other categories that are a lot less likely to be put on hold in the future. Maybe it's time we think about getting our own website to sell on. Maybe it's time we think about opening our own retail store to sell things out of. So there's a bunch of different ways you can make money kind of in the same space, just not on Amazon.com, right? I love Amazon. It's the easiest way to scale this type of e-commerce business with their FBA program, because like I've probably mentioned a bunch of times before, if I had to store all of our products that are at Amazon, I would need a warehouse that's at least 10 times, if not 15 or 20 times the space right now. So it's awesome because I can get stuff in, prep it, do what I need to do, send it off to Amazon, kind of forget about it until it sells. So take advantage of this time that you have right now. If you guys have questions about this, you know, comment down below, reach out to me on Instagram at Millennial Reseller. Also, I forgot to mention, for our prep center, LBOE Prep, if you are a current client of ours, we have lowered our FBM, Fulfilled by Merchant rates, to $1 per unit shipped to the customer, and if it's an oversized item, to $2 per unit shipped to the customer. Typically those rates are $3 for normal size and $5 for normal size per item, but we want to help people out. You know, I understand that it's not any seller's fault that this happened, so, you know, if you're normally sending a bunch of stuff into Amazon, now you can't, I understand, you still want to make money, right? So even if you aren't a current client of ours, you can email us at lboeprep@gmail.com and let me know that you want to take advantage of that rate. Of course, we're going to honor that rate, and, you know, as long as all these other categories are suspended to help people out. That way they can still be selling their products. So if you don't have the infrastructure in place to FBM all of your orders and you want to kind of do that currently, let me know, and we will do what we can to help you out. So also, if this is your first time or you're new to the Amazon game, or maybe you're also, if you are new to the Amazon game, or maybe you're normally do retail arbitrage or online arbitrage and you want to jump into wholesale, or maybe you're a private label seller, you want to jump into OA or wholesale, I do offer coaching for that, one-on-one coaching with you. So there should be a link down below, or just reach out to me at Millennial Reseller on Instagram. Super low rates compared to other people. We're talking less than $100 to do some one-on-one coaching. So if that is something you're interested in, let me know. But yeah, guys, that's it. Wanted to update everyone on the crazy stuff that's going on in the world, some ways you can take advantage of these crazy times. If you got questions, drop them in the comments down below, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.